See what I have next to me right there? Yes, it's a new Willow pump called the Willow Go. You can count on the Willow company to come out with an insurance provided portable pump. It's truly portable with no wires and discreet and quiet, and I just can't wait to tell you all about it in this video. You know all about Mommy Shark. You know I always have coupon codes for you guys. Please make sure to check out the description box below for your coupon code on either the Willow Pump 3.0 or the Willow Go. I personally cannot wait to use this pump with my third baby. Thank you all so much for the support and what recently happened, and for those of you curious, just scroll back and see the videos. But we are trying for baby number 3 again, and I'm going to start testing soon, so definitely join me on this journey as I embark on pregnancy number 3 with so many lessons learned. Here's how I want you to think about the Willow Go versus the Willow 3.0. Think of a basic iPhone versus an iPhone Pro Max with everything put into it. Now, can you get the job done with the Willow Go? Yes, you can. But the premium product for Willow is the Willow 3.0. And there are a few major differences that I will discuss in this video. We're gonna start by talking about the price. The Willow Go is $329 out of pocket if you happen to buy it out of pocket. This pump was made to be covered by insurance. So you should definitely check with your insurance on how much you can get your Willow Go for. The Willow 3.0, on the other hand, is $499.99. That is because it is a premium product. When it comes to the parts that you have to buy, you do have to buy the actual pump at $499.99. And then if you actually want to be able to use the bags that come with it, you're looking at 48 bags for $23.99. And then if you want to be able to use the reusability aspect of it, you then have to buy the container for $49.99. There are definitely a little bit more expenses associated with the Willow 3.0, but again, it's because it has a little bit more when it comes to functionality than the Willow Go. If by the end of this video you're really wanting the Willow 3.0, don't worry, there may be a way to also get this partially covered or maybe even fully covered. Make sure to check out my insurance video where I tell you all about your right on what should be covered by your insurance. When it comes to the parts of the pump, you have the motorized pump right here, and this is not a washable part. On the pump itself, it will tell you which one is left and which one is right. Now, when it comes to the washable parts, you have a 24mm flange, and the box also comes with a 21mm flange. Other sizes are available online. A pump diaphragm, container back, a duckbill valve, a container bowl, and this is a 5-ounce bowl. You can buy a 7-ounce online. And finally, 2 charging cables. You will have to get the adapter separately. When it comes to putting this together, you'll take your duckbill valve and insert it. You then take the diaphragm and put it on the actual motorized pump, just like that. You then take the container back and click it in. As you can see, there's 2 spots to click in here. And if you need to release it, you have to press these 2 side buttons together. Take your flange and insert that. And finally, the container, just like that. This is where the milk will come out from. And as you can see, they have a little concave piece right here to keep the milk from spilling out while you're pumping. Power button, plus, minus, and mode. With the Willow Generation 3, we have the hub, the flex tube, the flange of your choice, and the Willow bags. And finally, a container if you decide to use the second collection method, which is the reusable aspect of this pump. The pump comes together as simple as this. that is it. When it comes to functionality, the Willow 3.0 has two different collection methods. You can either pump directly into a bag, and that is a bag that's completely sealed when you take it out of the pump, so it keeps your milk very clean and away from any contaminants, just in case you have to pump, for example, in a hospital setting, if you're a nurse, if you're a hairdresser, if whatever you are, if you are out on the go and you want your milk to stay in an enclosed bag where you don't have to transfer it, you can use the Willow bags. Now, if you want to use the reusability aspect of it, which is the container, and this you would have to buy separately, pump directly into this container and then empty the contents of the container directly into a bottle or in a bag or whatever you want to do with the milk at that time. With the Willow Go, you can only pump using one collection method, which is their container. And it is a 5-ounce container. However, they do have a bigger option if you care to buy the bigger option. Here's another difference for you guys. Both of these pumps use their own apps. So you do have an app for the Willow 3.0 and an app for the Willow Go. With the Willow 3.0, one premium aspect of it, they just actually added this functionality, is where you can actually change the levels of this pump directly in the app. So if you wanted a higher level while you're pumping in public, you can change it directly in the app and not have to go under your shirt to toggle up and down. Whereas the Willow Go, you cannot actually increase the levels directly from the app. Now, when it comes to suction pattern and suction power, these two pumps are actually very different. When I say very different, it's because they have different suction patterns. The Willow Go is more of a conventional suctioning, which means it goes in and out. It takes in the nipple and lets it back out. So it's a rhythmic pattern, whereas the Willow 3.0, it has a continuous suctioning, which means it takes in the nipple and keeps it in as you're pumping. Same as a baby suckling, it's the same thing, it just keeps the nipple in until you're done pumping. When it comes to suction strength, the Willow Go is very similar to other pumps, for example, to the Medela and the Spectra. So I was able to turn on the up to level 9, and it goes up to 9 levels. I was able to go all the way to level 9, but I am a person that needs high suctioning power to be able to extract milk, so I'm used to that. Whereas with the Willow 3.0, I do not usually go over level 1, and it has 7 levels for you. So the level 1, level 2 is probably where I cap out, and I wouldn't dare go over that because I know my limits. I have the Willow Gen 3 right here, the Willow Go right here, and in case you're curious what they look like in your shirt, this is what they look like. Can't really tell much difference, honestly. You'll look busty in either of these. The Willow Pump 3.0 has a little more distance out, and the Willow Go is a little bit less, but to me, honestly, they both look interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the noise comparison, and obviously, you know, knowing that each one has a different suctioning, I will point out how the suctioning is working so you are aware. So we're gonna go ahead and try the Willow Go first. So it's currently, this is in stimulation. This is at level 4 though. Expression. And then if you made it a little lower in levels, level 1. Now moving on to the Willow Pump 3.0, you're gonna hear a little louder at the beginning while it's getting the nipple into the tube, and then once it's in, it goes quieter. those were the differences in the sound. Another major difference, and this is major because the Willow 3.0 has it going on for itself, because you can pump in whatever position you want, because it does have that continuous suctioning. So you can pump sleeping in this, you can pump working out in this, you can pump in whatever position you want. You can do the dishes, lean over, and not worry about your milk spilling. Whereas with the Willow Go, you can only pump in 180 degrees, which means you have to pump upright. There is some capability for you to go left and right to some capacity without spilling the milk, but the milk will come out from that top little hole right here, and that's where you need to make sure that especially if it's completely full, that you're not in a position that could possibly spill it over. And finally, what do we really care about is these pumps cannot be truly portable pumps unless you can take them with you to work, or take them with you on a flight or on a commute, and be able to use them multiple times without having to recharge them. Well, good news, you can charge both of these for around 2 hours and you will get around 80 to 90 minutes of pump time. So that's a few pumps. That's 3 or 4 pumps depending on how long you pump each time. So you can get a whole day's worth with both of these pumps. You are awesome, and remember to be a shark.